Okay guys, welcome back to the shop. This is the 500i that we are going to be auctioning off for Jason Young, a customer of mine that had passed away unexpectedly, and this is going to be a pretty special build. This is going to be the first piston ported 500i build that I've done for the public. I've done a few of these for a good friend of mine, Eric, and personal saws, guinea pig saws, but I've done so much testing with it, I'm 100% confident in it. Going to have all the West Coast saw goodies on it. I'll give you the choice of the felling dogs. The 462 and 500i dogs fit this saw, and you're going to get the bark box and Fowler suspension. Sorry I didn't get this up earlier. My daughter made state finals for gymnastics. There you go, that's my girl. So 12 years old, and in her age group, she finished second in the state. So I'm completely bragging right now. Yes, I am, but extremely proud of her. So I've been busy with that, but yeah, this saw's been done. I just haven't had a chance to edit the video. This is the first piston ported 500i build that is going to be available to the public. I have not done one for a customer yet, except for a really good customer and friend of mine, Eric, and that's more of a to test. The testing is done. The build is totally reliable. So if you ever wanted a 500i, this would be the one, and I hope it brings a lot of money for these guys. Okay, I'm going to jump in here, guys, because I got to get this video up so they can get this auction going. This is the saw. It's done. You'll see it run at the end. This video might not be the best. There might be some editing mistakes, but I got to get this up. I got so much going on right now. My lathe had a breakdown, and I had to that ate a lot of time, and so I apologize. I'm not trying to be sloppy with this. This is not the saw that I would want to be sloppy with, but it's just the editing. The build was done with the utmost attention to detail. You got my word on that. But it takes a long time for me to edit these videos, and I got to get this thing up for them. All right, thanks. Here she goes. Okay, flywheel's off. Okay, now we can pop the cylinder off. Okay, got the cylinder off, and this is what she looks like. The lowers are kind of small. It's basically the layout like a 461, 661, 462. It has the crankcase stuffer is built into the crankcase, so it's not removable. It's got pretty tight crankcase volume. Low intake to start with. Yeah, it just kind of a different saw. So first off, I'm going to take this piston. Okay, so we were at 90 grams, right? I don't know how much I want to show of the windows. That is pretty light. So I got the base gasket here on the saw, and you can see where that base gasket lines up. That's all you get for an opening for your lower transfers. I've ground some of that out. You know, I've tried everything. You start to get out of whack with your crankcase volume on these things really fast. So I have found that leaving them works really good. I do cut that paper. You see that gasket? I cut that out. So I remove that. You got to do it really carefully, and I feel that there's no need for that to be in there. Okay, so to cut that out, I use this is like I want to say it's like they call it a wood chisel or something. It's for wood either wood carving or I don't know what it's for. I'm not gonna lie. And I just run it just like it's super sharp though, and I just run it down like that. And it's got this curved part, and then I just run this part like that. Cuts it right out. Comes out in one piece. Then I probably wouldn't like chop away at it, but comes out in one piece, nice and clean. And that's just what I do, I guess. Other than that, yeah, let's get this thing buttoned up. Now, I am gonna cut windows in here and dome it. Okay, so the exhaust port. I'm gonna be careful what I show on the inside again. So there we go. I just have to set my uppers. I set my uppers. I have a very, very specific blowdown that I run on these 500s. So I get down to even to where I polish my exhaust first before I do my uppers, because I want this number like right on the money. And I know it sounds kind of weird, but blowdown on these 500s, the way that I build them, you know, everybody's different. Everybody builds them different, especially me. I do a way different build. But I've experimented enough on these. I know that I want a certain number. And to me, the way I do them, blowdown is crucial. It really is crucial on these. And I'll flat out tell you what I run. I run a blowdown of 19. I want it dead on 19, not 18, not 20, not 19 and a half. I want it dead on 19. So there you go, guys. Let me button this thing up. So of course my camera light dies, but now one reason why I don't like to open up the outside, the shape of the exhaust a lot, is because these have a smaller opening on the muffler. You can see I got half of it done, but you have to grind a bit out just to get a straight path out that exhaust port. You do not want to do all this work and short yourself by blocking off that exhaust. Okay, so there we go. More flow, more better. Got the baffle out of there. That's what I do. Open up the muffler so it matches everything. There we go. Put this thing back together. Okay, so buttoning it back up. I got the flywheel back on now, but this is what I was talking about taking the flywheel off. See, now look at how herky-jerky, I guess you could call that. And if you're trying to time, you know, get your port timing, and you're trying to hold it right here, say if you had a reading right on that 50 mark, right? I cannot let go of that flywheel. Otherwise, it moves. So I just think it's the way to do it. Just take the thing off. So one tip I'll have for putting this back together, first off, here's the layout. That red wire goes on the left side. It actually has a little tab on there, on that contact spring there, that won't let you put it on the right side. And then those little grommets go in, and this shield, deflector, whatever you want to call it, it's what holds it's the clamp for your intake manifold, and it has 4 bolts, but one of them has to go through this cover, and that goes in this top left corner here. So what I do, I tighten everything down. I use all 4 bolts, and then I back the one bolt up there in the upper left corner, and then I'll put that shield on, and then I'll tighten that bolt back down. I just think that, you know, because you got to make sure you have all 3 bolts tight at least, but then you're getting even pressure on everything. Then just back the one out, put it back on, put the shield on, tighten it down, and you're good to go. So there we go. Almost ready to fire this bad boy up. So here we go. Everything is back together. I do not have this tightened down. I replaced these aluminum bolts. I can't stand these things. I get rid of them. These things go in the garbage. Here, we'll walk over there together. Bye. I hate those stupid things. And I just replaced them with steel bolts. And you got to hand it to them, though. Everything is a nice, neat, organized package. Color-coded connections. Everything's got its own little spot. You know, tucked away, out of the way, designated area. It's for a guy with OCD, this is like a Disneyland for me. They got this thing pretty neat and tidy for what they got going on. So I cut this lip off of this filter base here, and that's just what I do. Even if you're running a filter upgrade, it doesn't matter. I just don't like that on there. I've done it on every one I build, so So there we go, got as much of a dish shape as I can, kind of like an intake stack. So let's button this thing up. I am going to do the die work, so let's talk about that quick too. Okay, we're ready for the die work. I do take the recoil apart to get the badge off. So got that off, the guard behind the recoil. I take all the little trim pieces, everything off of the covers. You're going to die this, die these little bumpers. You can take this piece off if you want, if you need room. And I'm going to dye the rope. I think I said that already. And I've also figured out how to change the color on top of the starter handle. Huh? They like that. So there we go. You guys have all seen the dye videos. If not, you can check out my videos on how to dye plastics. And let me get these done. Maybe film some of it, but it's the last step before I get to fire this bad boy up. Well, let's see if you guys can tell the difference. I have these set up about exactly the same. We're going to do like the shell game, what do they call that? See, I didn't even switch them around that time. You guys paying attention? Alright, eeny, meeny, miny, mo. We're going to start this one first. Tell me if this is the ported one or the stock one. Both have a bark box, same intake. So the bolt on, everything's the same. So, again, both have bark boxes. That is the stock saw. Clearly, that is the corded saw. Oof, you can't hear the difference there. I don't know what to tell you guys. That thing is bad to the bone. Now, I get asked all the time if I have a saw for sale or if I can do a saw, and I just can't. So, this is your opportunity. There's a 200T that's going to be coming up for auction too. Again, money is going to the family. I'm not handling the money. I'm not handling the bids. I will put a link to the Instagram account, page, post, whatever it is that's going to be doing the auction. I'm just helping advertise it. I'm doing the work to the saw. That's it. I'm not taking any money from this. So just know that. It's kind of shitty that I even have to say that. But the stock parts will be sent back with it. Again, choice of felling dogs. I did change a couple things from the Instagram post. I sent a couple pictures to the guy that's posting this and handling the auction. So these are the 500i dogs. The 462 dogs were on it, and I didn't like that orange on here, so I got rid of it. So now it's all black, no orange on the saw, and I dyed the recoil rope. So stock filters coming on it. I would swap that out. I do not have a max flow kit on hand. If I did, I would throw one on. But I will send the West Coast stack and uni filter if a guy wants it, but I would switch that to a max flow. Another reason why it's nice to have it dyed black, because your max flow cover is going to be black. No bar and chain. That's my bar and chain, sorry. And also for shipping, it's just a pain to ship a bar and chain. But other than that, guys, I can plug the decomp if you want. You know, that's your opportunity right here. If you wanted to get a 500i, this is the first time. No joke, this is the first time I've done a piston ported 500i that is for sale. These are bad to the bone. You know, there are a lot of guys that'll build a lot of saws better than me. This ain't one of them. I'll stand behind that. I've put so much time and effort into these 500i's that I've developed a build for this thing that is my own. It's legit. So I will get videos of it cutting. I don't have anything here I can cut. It's no joke, but hopefully today, tomorrow even, I'll get a video up of it cutting. The auction will probably stay up for a few days. We want to raise these guys as much money as we can, all going to help out the family. Jason, man, it's so unfortunate that this happened. I wish I could have got the saw done for you and you could have ran it. I just hope whoever does win the auction enjoys it as much as he would have. So, all right, guys, thanks. I appreciate it if you bid. If you can't, I understand. I appreciate it considering it. So, all right, guys, best of luck to you. Stay rowdy, my friends.